Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, wow. There you go. Alright, guys. Hello. Welcome back to Beacon Pines. It's been a while since we played this game. I, uh... I just had a lot of stuff happening. So, I wanted to take, like, a smallish break. But, I am still alive. You know the drill. The first like 10 minutes, I'm doing the sharing it out. So if you guys want, just text in chat saying like, hey, what's up, and all that sort of neat jazz. Mm. There we go. Alright. That's done. Sorry, I'm still like trying to get over everything. I'm 99.9% done. It's just everything else that's like, no. No, you're still gonna have this nose thing. And you're gonna continue to be having this for like a week after you even were sick. And it's so nice, isn't it? So nice. I'm gonna put my Twitch chat on my phone so I can be able to see it. Alrighty. In case anyone wants to say hi. That's what I thought. Well, thank you, moderator. And here. Self-promote, apply, post. And then I'm gonna see if... Speaking of... Then Twitter's next. I'm making good time, guys. I'm under 10 minutes. And apologies. We are set. And now I can turn this off. Let's continue, shall we? Hopefully you guys can hear the game good.
Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Alrighty, so we've done accept, we've seen what refuse does, but we'll do refuse again.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end. I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Yeah, I know. And then that one's shame. Fight or flight, shame, strange. Here we go.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Sure, you can meet Rollo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rollo I'd tell
Luca
him
stopped
about...
himself mid-sentence.
He promises you tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you've gotta tell me. Okay. You can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. No, goddammit.
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
What you skulking at? So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners. Even smells
Beck
shady.
grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you descendant nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. That's Harris Valentine. Who's that she talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned. That's the mayor! There's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, then so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what
Beck's
I'm
voice
talking
was an
about.
excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything? I wouldn't expect any less from you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. Can't wait to see the look on that Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. The truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, is that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting something shady. But that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all
The mysterious
this?
figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Oh. Oh. That's not the mayor.
A chill
Family.
ran down Luca's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need I don't need lessons in rousing
Gran gave
suspicion.
Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night. Chapter 5. What big ears you have! Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Okay, now we really have to meet up with Rella. All right, let's go. Oh, for the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course not. We're not worried.
Finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
Looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Ha! Ha ha! Uh-oh. Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. Next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me just to keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark to be out wandering on your own. Okay, so he's not gonna put me into the phone booth this time. Woo! What are you two doing out here? Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all of the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam? Why? Don't know. Just thought it was a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer is always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait. That's it. Okay. Time to go.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Couldn't have done it without you.
A half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she has been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's been busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're darn tootin' he was.
His arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family. Present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. No, not just the festival. All of this. There's gotta be 100 down in the luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds? Yup. Little bundles of potential.
Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
See a seed right there. Nurture it, feed it. It says you treat a seed. My bad. And it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. He just ignores the fact that we were over here. I guess so. Let's go to the... Oh, it just froze, so I thought Beck was just gonna jump in there. Excuse me. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a further on from here. So what's your buddy Rollo like? Rollo, he's... Rollo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny, even when he's not trying to be. Things have just been tough for his family since the foul harvest. About damn time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. It's kinda a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Oh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Almost everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. And something changed. Changed? How? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water, or the air, or the soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's a sort of crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it. Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick? Yep. For some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Pernille Harvest came to town. And the Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative? Yep. The first thing they did was they gave the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. We'd better get going. So maybe that was during the time. Weird. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
His head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense. Hey. Stream. Sorry guys, the stream like buckled down on my end, so that's why I just randomly stopped. I'm just making sure everything is fine. Alrighty. You'll find that we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah? While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. He installed a fucking window. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Oh. What the? Okay. This is gonna be harder than I thought. Okay, pick that up. Okay, Rella. Oh, you're kidding. I was not trying that shit out. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice.
So, pretty sweet security, right?
It was imaginative, I'll give you that.
Luca, are we sure we can trust this new recruit?
I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess.
Oh, okay, Luca. You promised to fill me about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there.
What were they doing?
I don't know, but the place was lit up and active.
Maybe they were squatters?
I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running.
A man pulled you in?
Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. They could have been a woman. Then it could have been a woman.
How'd you get away?
I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran.
Dang.
That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Harris Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup.
So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit, and then you saw your Gran in the same suit talking to Harris Valentine?
Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is
Luca
kind of
shot
awesome.
back a look.
No offense.
And so we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your Gran, and she tried to murder you.
First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged, but she's definitely hiding something. Maybe.
Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around and make all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide?
I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in.
Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here?
No, she came a few months back to take care of me after
His mom went missing.
Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her.
Luca, don't take this the wrong way.
But are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up.
We could say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. And Pa always says, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house.
If my Gran is really hiding something, don't think I would have noticed by now. That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear, and then we can start getting into the bottom of it.
I'm always game for a good snoop.
You can count me in.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair. Summer
Lair.
forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it?
Looking. Yes, I know. Shut up. Hold on. Is there an achievement for letting him just knock? I also don't like the knocking sound. It's kind of eerie and it just happens. I also want to see what's in my thing real quick. Alright, we just have a lot of charms and most of these have been used. Alright, one more knock. Okay, I'll just open it. Oh wait, no, this is all the way down. Okay.
Rello, what on earth is that?
Hmm?
That ridiculous thing on your head?
Oh, this? It helps me think.
You're gonna need a lot more of those.
Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear?
Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day.
Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence. He coughed
Aha!
as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for.
Or maybe it's what she thinks you want to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Okay, Rollo. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence.
She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo.
Drat! It may be already too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost in ash.
Okay.
Sorry, the sweet tea is getting me by. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go?
Yeah. The closet upstairs.
So maybe it stands to reason that we should check up there first?
No dice, it's locked.
Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now.
I have it, and I have no idea where the key is.
If it's really important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary?
Well, she is always worried that I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway, I can't reach the latch.
Crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine.
Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall
Before he
proceed
could
with...
finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work.
Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on.
This is beneath my standing.
Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey! Let me just yank on
As
this
Beth
random
pulled on
teacup
one of
and...
the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Knew it.
Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret layers. Evil masterminds and superheroes.
So which one do we think she is? We're about to find out.
That's funny.
Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe?
Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good.
We need to look around before jumping into conclusions. Yeah, Shaggy. I mean, Rollo.
What do we have here?
Barrels named Caution Explosive. And jam jars?
That's enough jam.
That's enough jam to feed the entire town. That's enough jam to feed the whole town.
What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making?
Incendiary. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right?
Only one way to find out.
Casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam. He smacked
Huckleberries.
his lips.
And a hint of brown sugar. And ink?
Rollo plunged
What?
his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper. Rollo offered
Aha!
a slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Miss Fratelli. Oh, it's addressed to Miss Fratelli.
A grand jam gram?
It says, late night I used the disguise Harris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go.
Oh man, are they doing a heist?
Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more of a bombshell than a bomb, am I right?
You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here.
Look at him go. Like, he's just going for it. Like, Jesus Christ, he's trained. Just, wow. Alright,
Luca
let's
jostled
check
each
this.
cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What you got there?
It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your
Luca
dad was a
nodded
doctor?
and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it?
One sec. Dense documents such as these are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. And that's where the meaty bits live.
Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of the preeminent scholar in a dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all
He
means,
stopped
proceed.
at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Aha! Here we are. Follow-up examination of Terrence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Surprise.
Scream! See? Oh. See? Creepy.
Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph?
That's Mr. Nuncreed's name.
Willow's finger
Wait.
traced across the page.
There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raised more questions.
It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes.
So it might be
Willow
related to
scanned
something
through several
else.
more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky.
I just couldn't help her.
I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast.
And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind. Accelerated by the loss. Exacerbated. Give me a second. If I'm gonna say this word, I'm gonna say it right. Alright, how's it said?
Exacerbate.
Exacerbate?
Exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it
Willow
say
rustled the
next?
folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends.
What?
Luca
There has to be
frantically
more.
shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands?
Luca
This is
slammed the door
bullshit.
shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy.
Is your gran a serial killer? 'Cause I'm starting to get a vibe.
Don't be ridiculous.
Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town, out of the kindness of her heart.
She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Harris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kurd has a bullseye.
The killer has chosen her next victim.
We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool. This looks like a treasure map.
Give me a second. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo.
Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map.
Can't fault that logic.
Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town.
Rollo
if we
carefully
follow it-
traced the path with his finger.
It leads
He
right
jabbed
to
down at the end point.
town square.
That's the fountain in the middle of town.
What a weird place to hide treasure.
Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. At the end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there.
So, it's not hiding treasure. A real bummer.
Rallo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month?
The festival. Gulp.
Did you just say gulp?
This feels like a gulp kind of situation.
Everyone will be gathered near the center of town.
She's gonna blow up the festival!
Not if we stop her.
Luca
What was
looked
that?
up from the map.
What was that?
No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs!
Shh, quiet. I hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall.
I don't like
Then
this shit.
suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence. A final
Hello?
few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down
Three
there?
kids shuffled to the corners without a peep.
I know who this is. It's
As
the,
he began to
it's the
descend
corner
the
person.
stairs, the man's voice
the
punctuated
store
every
person.
new step. Thump.
Yo-ho! I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here to help. Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh?
Rollo
Guess it's
shifted
nothing.
suddenly.
Rollo, you
Luca
fucking
gave him
idiot!
An intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo,
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
God damn it. Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rallo?
Mysterious creepy man?
From
Anyone
the dark
there?
corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you
Lucas
just kill that
scrambled
person?
To the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rallo. He's knocked
As
out
Beck
cold.
flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver!
Chapter 7. The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Good cop. Chill
They'd run
cop
the classic
interrogation.
Good cop, chill cop interrogation.
Oh no!
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
just fucking Luca just leaning on the boxes. Golly, I sure
He
got
looked
my
over
bell
to find
rung.
Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This is all a big mistake.
Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down?
No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled.
Rollo
Rollo's
and Beck
here?
emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Hi. Ayo.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave good ol' Harem a scare. Just let me out of this ropes
Luca
and call it
glanced over to
even.
Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why were you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can
Mr.
trust you?
Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your gran moved into town, have I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah? So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. The board with names of people from town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing
Luca gestured
patient
to the
notes, barrels of explosives.
I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids
Luca looked
deserve an
again to Rollo and
explanation.
Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings.
Knocks the
Mr.
kids
Tolliver
out.
gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This all makes sense
He
in
edged
time.
imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
Knew it! Fucking knew it!
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark
Before
past
the kids had
indeed.
even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought
Punctuated his
to.
final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Fucking knew it, coward.
Light!
Beck
Son
darted
of
to the wall
a.
and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
You just locked
Mr.
us down
Tolliver's
here.
muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. And let the adults
They looked
handle this.
bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end. Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Alright, well, we're gonna say hard this time. Even though it's technically bad, but okay. They've
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
What are we doing?
Rollo
Where is
slouched past the
Rachel?
chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well,
Mr.
Mr.
Tolliver
Tolliver.
remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Sorry, guys.
Beck
Mr.
and
Tolliver?
Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr.
He
Tolliver!
grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who?
Mr. Tolliver
Who's
could
there?
only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks
The
like you're
doubtful
sweating.
expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
And we could do this my way, or we'll just say I've never needed another
Hitting
way.
his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What?
Mr.
I
Tolliver's
don't hear-
voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth can I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. So you're in cahoots with Gran.
Mr. Tolliver
Gran?
was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival?
He shook his
Good
head,
Lord.
feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? Where is Rachel? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source?
His voice faded
where-
to a whisper.
The town began. Where it all began. What is Operation
That,
Sparkplug?
Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need to find more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about this source thing, Kato must help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Alrighty, so give me 1 second, guys, because I need to go to the restroom real quick, and then I shall be right back.
Alrighty, guys, I'm back. Alright, so I want to talk to this person over here before anything real. I guess I can. What? Why is that a thing? Alrighty, so I'm gonna talk to this person first. Nope. Never mind. Alright. Dang, this is a this is a dang nice library. Thanks, we worked really hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Kato hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an open eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet, and I get access to all the books I can read. What more can I push and want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you in Rollo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. If you're here with more candy, maybe I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're here to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you two looking for? That's the thing. We sort of don't know.
What you got in the history of the town?
There's the county record archive. What's in those? Burns, death, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great. We'll start there.
Ugh.
Chapter 8.
Ooh, this
6
is a
feet
new one.
under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more If I have to eat, if I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop.
We have to keep digging.
If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brains oozed out of his
Rollo
ears.
shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring country records that'll kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries
Rollo muttered
myself.
under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be in the footnote of history.
Beck
Just
slammed
like
her finger down on the open page before glancing down.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey!
We're all a little tired here.
Something
just take a
tickled
minute
the
and-
back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name back? In the obit? J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune 20 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name, Juniper Hartford. Maybe there was 2 J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is long survived by her... Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your grand is 6 feet under, 3 towns over,
Then who am I living
Question
with?
hung in the air.
It's his mom!
I gotta close up for the
Beck rubbed
night.
her eyes.
How late is it?
Almost dead.
Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick.
Okay, let's meet up as early as we can for the festival tomorrow.
What are we gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement?
I'll think of something.
What are we gonna do?
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Hiding spot? Did not like that. I did not like that. My chest was tight. Shit.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings,
Or
and left
maybe
without a
Gran knew
trace.
everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain
Luca rushed
food.
over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
To read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act like if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done.
I don't believe that for a fact. She's not even...
Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ.
Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? I don't remember what I did for her voice.
Rest now.
And let me handle everything. Uh-oh. Chapter 9.
9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
It was unintentional.
Why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed? Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival! Drink. Checking on everything. Can never be too sure. Okay, I'm not checking everything this time. Meow! Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. This one was intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep.
Whoa ho ho! Sly devil.
I think she was trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We just looked around but haven't seen anything odd.
Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech.
What speech?
Mayor Gus just got up to the podium.
Everyone is gathering at the stage.
Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Seeing who else is, see how everyone is. Seeing, I don't see Beck's parents. Is this thing? Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be here today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man.
Even that's more than the
Gus
younger
cleared his
deserved.
throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right.
William
Where
Kerr
was I?
bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus
He gave
Valentine,
Gus
everyone.
a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. If I remember correctly, the smaller dude messed with the sign. Like, I forgot his name, Grant, I think? The Doberman? Ah, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. It would be a shame to waste such a
Mr.
beautiful
Kerr
podium.
pulled a big stack of note cards out from his vest.
Ugh. He was on tune with the thing. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's unavoidable, undeniable. Thankful for. Change is the reason we're all gathered together today. I read that wrong. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when
He wiped away
what?
a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering and great loss, still held on to the things that made them
thumped the
special.
podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment.
Mr.
Change.
Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you than community. And Perennial Harvest is community first
Mr. Kerr
and
methodically
foremost.
made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that was better tomorrow just was over the horizon. I read that wrong. Perennial Harvest was a was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
Build to a crescendo.
Now we walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink by that. Okay. I am tickled pink that we will all be making the right choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish.
The crowd
What was
began
that?
to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone
Mr.
remain
Hurd quickly
calm.
flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so, it was with a happy heart that I
Raised his
proclaim
hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything! Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that.
Man, are we
We got a little
breaking
closer
up?
this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Alright. Sly. Let's see, does Sly work on anything else? Okay. It's a whole thing. MCDC. Windows to the Soul. Hazardous hectoring. Rendezvous with Roxy. A grand jury. All of this is a pun. Let's try
They
Sly.
began the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation.
So I'm guessing this is Beck.
Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
There we go.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused
There we go, and
Mr.
I can use my
Tolliver.
regular voice for this one. Whoa. What's going on here? You're that Modwell girl. Please, call me back. Sorry
Mr.
about all
Tolliver looked
this.
down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper
Beck
sent you
caught
here?
herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What a better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose
Mr.
that makes
Tolliver wriggled a
sense.
bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to have been uncomfortable. Little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust
Mr.
in this
Tolliver
town.
rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we're
Beck
both
twirled
here
her
to...
hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy
Beck
the
shook her
evidence?
head and clicked her tongue.
Sorry. Yep, the old gal is nothing
Mr.
if not
Tolliver let out
thorough.
an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things
Beck
up
was
down
on a roll
here.
now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing, really. The other day, I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an old phrase in Pernille Harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it? It gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the
Heading
willies.
for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Bro, Beck is a badass. You guys catch that? Sure did. The whole time Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf. And all he ever sells us is apples.
Blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rolla. Well, sure. But once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it
Marked
seems.
each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find out the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried? Covered? Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Whoa! It's an anagram. None
Luca
Creed's
and Beck looked
Drugstore.
at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's Nude Rug Store. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Investigate the drugstore. Whee-ew! Oh. What are you doing here? You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, haven't you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like a last slice of pie. I swear that man could be late to his own funeral. So she's waiting on him. Time to go to the drugstore and have ourselves a time. The pillow. Oh, the pillow. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to knock out for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about?
Gus looked
I
around
think-
nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really just wants to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you can make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Pernille Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Harris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That was just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They are dumping nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be
Harris's cry
blamed?
hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change, whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Good night, Harris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow.
Wow.
It's getting late, children.
Wow. Let's see, what does the gator have in store for us?
Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. Humph. I do hate it when a villain makes a good point.
Uh-oh.
We might be meeting a candy shelf.
Okay, I have to smack it. I have to at least smack it. Grant.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance
Solomon,
of the drugstore,
damn it.
holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there?
I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say, we have an
Solomon
arrangement.
shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not have family to rely on, licorice has never let me down.
Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice. But whatever floats your boat.
You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do.
I always wonder why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. He must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile.
There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. And for me, it's licorice, because you just start running away.
Well, he's right. It's locked.
There's gotta be more clues.
Okay, let's see. Well, I know one clue. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. I'll go touch that in a second. Just want to see if there's anything else. Oh, I guess I went too far. Okay. I already know why. I don't want to. Alright. Do I talk to these guys? No. Okay, so I'll just go do the telephone. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing?
Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad.
Why would there be a blinky keypad?
Kren's new drugstore. I mean, underground secrets.
Beck
The
flung open
password.
the door, and they all squeezed in.
Alright,
Luca
let's see
cracked
here.
his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something.
Great. Now what?
I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
What the
The air
fuck?
was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it!
You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth?
Of course I did. Didn't I say that?
No.
I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue 12 were real?
Rollo, at one point or another, you said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic.
That's why I'm such a good predictor.
Looks like each of these has something written on them. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here?
Not that I know of.
This town is all farms and fertilizer, and a series of tubes.
Paul always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold.
I'm not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation.
That's the thing about Pa. You don't realize what he means until it's too late.
Pernille Harvest's main office. That's where my mom works.
What does she do?
Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Pernille Harvest have a tube going to that old Valentine place?
This is starting to feel like something big.
The suit has a broken mask. So, have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We found at least their hazmat suit.
If it walks like Nuncreed and talks like Nuncreed,
Let's not jump to conclusions.
just saying.
That's a lot of buttons.
Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi
Hovered over
tech.
the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
Rollo, what did you do?
Nothing! I didn't even mow yet! What was that?
Hide!
Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here.
Just get back!
Shit.
Shit!
Shit. Awesome! You all need to come with me, now.
We aren't going anywhere with you! Not until we get some answers.
Mr. Underground Secrets?
I told them it was an absurd password, but they love anything that makes them feel clever.
Feel clever. I forgot to do the voice.
They who?
That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins.
We don't care about our skins.
Hold on now. I like my skin.
This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him.
Who?
Walt.
You don't get to talk about my dad.
You know, your father and I were
He
friends back
gestured
before.
toward the strange tubes.
I sound like Rollo. All of this?
That's a lie.
It's true. I used to mount you on my knee.
What happened?
Same thing that always happens. Really, complications. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No, we were partners. He helped the patients, and I helped him. Yup,
Nuncreed
total
let out the
psychic.
growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. He says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand, and he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it.
And my dad said no.
Your father and I both believed in helping people, but the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline.
I don't know how to do his voice. I can't do lower. Hold on.
Walt loved doing righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, "Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone."
Wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes.
Is there a point to this sob story?
Not really, no. There's an old man trying to delay what needs
took
doing.
a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you
Luca
forced
began
my
to
hand.
laugh.
What?
You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose.
Juniper?
Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party.
She's gonna disrupt the festival?
The
Why
color
would she?
drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know?
Apparently she knows a lot of things.
What?
Yeah, now that I know it, he always has had a creepy vibe. Let's just say this isn't the only underground layer we've busted into today.
And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what she's messing with. Tell me now, she's in danger, boy.
I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square.
The
A
fountain?
jolt
But
of
why would...
realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source?
What the heck is the source?
If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's gonna freeze us all! We all need to run! Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you possibly can get. Head west and don't look back.
That did not go how I expected.
So... We're totally following them, right?
Totally.
I'll see you on the other side.
You good?
Yup. I love this town.
Chapter
I thought she
8.
was gonna just be like, haha,
The cold,
losers.
hard truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
Uh-oh. Rollo?
This was the thing we saw! That was...
Intense?
yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are?
Somewhere cold.
Doesn't look like it got any of us.
It didn't feel like we traveled that far.
So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here?
Only way to find out, I suppose. We've got to catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way.
Catch up with Mr. Nuncreed. I love how Rollo's concern is, where did it all go?
This looks
Familiar, yeah.
maybe we can clear off the snow. No time, Nuncreed's getting away. Yeah, we can. We can do it real quick, can't we? Come on. Nope, okay. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed in all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of the town.
Oh, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien.
Rallo.
Stick with me here. This species can only live in sub-zero temperatures.
Oh boy, here we go.
The source of their base camp dimension is so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing.
You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You'll get used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper? Juniper? I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you think you're doing. But I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town.
Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Grant? What's happening?
Luca, you or your friends need to
Mr.
leave
Nuncreed
right this
turned
minute.
back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper. There we go.
Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing.
How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Winced with anguish. His voice hardened. They
That's
both
not
now
true.
yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas on how to affect change.
Very convenient that your way just happened to lie in your pockets.
They
Now that's not
menaced at
fair.
each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind
Smack.
flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
We'll go.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This will make all sense soon, Luca. And everything can go back to normal.
She
I
stiffened
promise.
up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall.
Ignoring
Juniper,
his
don't.
final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness. She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in my life. If you want things to change, then you must be
Before Gran
willing
could
to.
finish, the ground shook her to silence. Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Fire and ice. Well, let's do hum this time.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
Per se.
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my dad and
Luca
your
blinked
mother.
through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother. Only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, Buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon
Eleanor
my
looked
son.
down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where'd you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but it did keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then, what do? We have to stop them.
Slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting with
For the first
fire.
time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold,
Luca
hard
gazed down at
truth.
Manfred with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus liquamen. There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
Fuck. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
The crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean up this place. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated, Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. an excuse to have the whole town gathered in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm
Whispers
Eleanor
filtered
Van
through the
Horn.
crowd.
Well, aren't you just as sneaky as the Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take care of this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so that she can get all the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Okay, Solomon. That's quite enough, Mr.
Torment
Nuncreed.
dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Oh, wait, never mind. Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. As the ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn, you've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed where it doesn't belong. I must confess,
He
you look
paused
dreadful.
for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I was expecting something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr. Yes, sir? It is a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense the formalities from here on
Solomon
out.
pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he
No
downed its
fucking
contents.
way.
A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper
His
Valentine.
body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
What the fuck?
A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a
What
story
the
about
fuck?
change.
What? No. Ah, you didn't see that coming.
Sharper
Good.
examined his new hands.
What the fuck? Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone seem so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Ha!
Sharper choked
Wonderful.
out a crude squawk of a laugh.
What the fuck?
Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
What the fuck? Sharper, you malicious bastard! What the fuck? I'm glad you're back, so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not quite time for the audience participation.
William
Some
Kerr
assistance,
gave a
Mr.
subtle
Kerr?
nod to the clipboards.
What the fuck? You coward! What the fuck? Does anyone else have
A
something to
helpless
contribute?
quiet settled over the crowd.
What the fuck?
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town full of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to improve yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Harris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to be playing the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away from my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Pernille Harvest? Ha! You think that puffed-up Batherskite would have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire, at your service. Founder, I just want to say thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was a Pat C the whole time? Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears the most, and I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ha! The young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit different, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. And now, time is my plaything. Perhaps it's the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, we can use Malice there. But what the fuck? Oh my god! What the fuck? I am so confused.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncrete's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want all this to be over.
Of course. I'm sure it'll work out soon enough.
I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check
Luca
for Rollo at
twisted
the
free of Nuncrete's
treehouse.
grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all.
That's a fuck no. That is a fuck no. I'm getting out of here. Fuck this mess. Nuh-uh. If Sharper is Solomon, then who's the smaller one? The festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree. This is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know what the festival sign waiting to be You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled?
The two
It would be a shame if
scurried off,
someone-
eagerly formulating a plan.
Who's the smaller one? Oh, that's Beck Mom.
Identify yourself, please.
Nellie Bodwell. I work here now.
I am unable to locate you on our staff roll.
Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Curse said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done.
Hold, please. Clearance authorized.
Thank you.
Our harvest awaits.
What the? Wow.
Whoa. You couldn't get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junking, Sonny.
Evening, Joff. Isn't it kind of late to be junking?
Might as well ask the same thing of you.
Find anything good?
Bah! Ever since Pernell Harvest moved in, even junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups.
Well, I better get going.
I didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing.
See what?
Exactly.
Okay, nothing with you. Nothing with you. Woo, woo. Nothing with you. Okay. Hey, Jetson. Have you seen Rollo come by this way any chance? Afraid not. An exclusive at the fish is here. Is it as elusive as a fish in this pond here? As this here pond? I don't know. God damn it. I really... Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Rollo, wherever you are, I
Luca
hope you're
felt
okay.
his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. he conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket. A keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open. Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Rollo? Rollo's taller. Step right there. Rollo. Sheesh. I know it's dark and all, but I figured you recognized me.
The large
Who are
figure
you?
cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop now, or I'll I'll clobber you with a baseball bat.
Whoa, take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo.
Nice try, but I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he?
Ha ha ha. Uncle? Luca, quit messing around. It's me.
If it's really you, if it really is you, prove it.
Flamin' chicken
Luca's
coop,
jaw
Luca.
dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo. Only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you?
I was running away and ran into more of those people in yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away.
Wait, what? Where'd they take you?
Don't know, they threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look,
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower, but beggars can't be choosers.
Rollo, it wasn't just your hands.
My feet too? Dang, Pom just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so
moved to
small?
the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window. His hands
What
shot
the-
up to his face.
Holy Toledo!
Rollo, what did they do to you?
They made me drink some sort of green crud.
Ew.
Actually, it wasn't too bad. Kinda tasted like licorice. I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sorta smashed open my cage and escaped.
Whoa, you smashed open a cage?
Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur.
They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it.
Fix it? This is awesome!
Well, I'm just glad you're safe now.
Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family.
Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous.
Danger? Ha!
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take 'em all on.
Hey fellas,
With a
what's
yelp,
up?
Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah! Take cover!
Did I come at a bad time?
Who the heck are you?
This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened, and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No. This is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old.
I'll have you know this is a recent development.
What the heck does that mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here.
That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse?
I think you mean our silly little mission control.
I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away.
See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here.
Not now, Rollo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened?
She
Yeah,
shot
but-
a nervous glance at Rollo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it?
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try and salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff the chemistry set my mom gave me. Uh-oh. Okay. Just need to play it cool. No, no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I kind of just felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson for
Tried to
heart.
put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck! He is! Him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. I know. I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough for her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. People are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains. You'll get used to it. Can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town that's not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But
Not
She
another
sighed,
peep.
and after a moment,
Beck fucking-
looked down at Beck sympathetically.
Jesus Christ, Beck has a mouth. I know moving is hard, honey. But that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people just seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more,
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mom. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry we got you in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we get back to the story now? This next part is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies. I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new leader researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Modwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She's offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's complete. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. When she has finished the work, you need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the end game, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to Pernil Harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay, just for a bit. Oh? It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival's deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I am eternally grateful for all that you have done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you've ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, yeah. Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like, actually killing someone? Capital
Luca gave
murder?
Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who's this founder? I was hoping you guys would know.
No, as far as we know, Kerr's the top banana at Pernil Harvest.
He sounded scared of this founder guy.
So we have an even topper banana on the field.
What the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected.
Luca, do you think that buddy at the warehouse was...
The person Beck's mom came to replace? The person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense.
Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got, loose-ended.
I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens.
That's 2 days away. Won't she just come home after work?
The creep on the radio said that they're going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
A large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help.
You have blueprints?
Well, it's really just a welcome map for my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout.
Pretty sure it looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area, a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys, guys, guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
With excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology.
Have I been pronouncing perennial harvest wrong? Have I been saying perennial?
Not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in one day, and they each had their assignments.
Alright, quick recap. Rello, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust.
Me, Cordinal's my middle name.
Uh-huh. And how do you plan on explaining your new
Rollo's sizable figure?
circumstance?
Bah! She'll be so happy I'm alive she won't even notice.
Beck snorted an
She'll fucking
involuntary
notice.
giggle.
Yeah, that's it. And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. When she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Geoff and then Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them?
They each
I'll think of
looked
something.
at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed.
Well, we already know Geoff is in. It's just Iggy that I'm like, it's gonna be a pain in my ass. Undaunted, he shook his head. Over? No. Endings are merely a state of mind. This doesn't end until I give up. Wow. Admire the conviction. But can he really pull through? Alright. I always check. Yo, actually, let's talk with Don real quick.
Yawn.
Have you ever actually wondered why an agricultural company employs an army of survey takers? The clipboards? They say they're just trying to make us happy. Do they want to make us happy? Or just figure out what makes us happy? An important distinction. Alrighty. I don't know where he is exactly, so... there he is. Hey, Mr. Geoff. What can I do for you? Well, I know how much you hate perennial harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna bring him to their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Out a long snicker.
Hey! You see? I knew your kids were all right.
The joy
Great,
in Jeff's
so you'll
face
help?
drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hiding and
Looking
abiding
into
you
the sullen
rascals.
eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Junk. Junk? Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I've got more junk than a king has copper. Ain't interested.
Luca wasn't ready to give up so easily. He shouted out again.
Shit! Yeah, it's all shit. Shit ain't helping. That ain't some shit. Ain't that some shit?
Jeff's brow
Hide.
perked up.
What'd you say? Go ahead and
Sensing some
hide then.
traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done.
Jeff's
We're not
scowl
afraid.
faded with a sigh.
Say what you want. Say what you will about old Geoff and all they do. But you'll never hear them
One
say I
big
hid from
stump
nothing.
of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
Was it all you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I've got just the thing. And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know. Thinking 5 bags of sour gobs should cover it. Put it on my
Luca
tab.
offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Alright, where the fuck is Iggy? Would he be in here? I have no fucking reason? No? Okay. I thought to at least check. Okay. Hey Tish, look who it is! Luca, are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look,
Iggy
just hear me
raised
out.
an eyebrow suspiciously.
I don't remember what I did for Iggy's voice. We're listening. Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit
Iggy
to
gave
each
a
other.
reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, my life has been kinda strange, you know?
Considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What'd you say we break our hostilities, at least for now? We do like breaking things. Even if a truce means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way we could have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need to cause sorry. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into I keep forgetting how to say it. Perennial Harvest
A
HQ.
wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed. And after all this is done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the
Iggy
treehouse
glanced over to
sometime.
Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to
With a
cause
quick nod,
chaos.
Luca was off. Iggy
Did you hear
gazed
that,
up at
Tish?
with a smile.
He invited us to
A
hang
full
out at the
tear ran down
treehouse.
Tish's cheek.
Never expected this day to come. How wonderful.
Chapter 7. Into the
Aw.
hive. A good heist requires preparation. And thorough preparation takes time. Something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. "We're locked and loaded on my end." And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence. Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Okay, just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here.
A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning.
He had to
Right.
think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked
Rollo
that to be
sighed,
kept secret.
adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be.
I suppose we can leave this one off the records.
Our harvest
With a
awaits
stroke
and
of
such.
his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the perennial harvest headquarters.
Our harvest awaits.
Package here for the founder.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about.
Yeah, this is a need to know kind of thing.
He stared
I'll just check.
and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in.
Oh, I see. If you could just complete this form.
Rollo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral.
I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits.
Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir.
Our harvest awaits.
Ready to light the candle, Tish?
Yup.
Suck on this, perennial ham fist.
The distraction
that?
was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door.
The clipboard
Got a job to
pulled
do.
around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise.
Oh, come on! Just buzz me in already.
Okay. Ha 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 ha.
Phew. I was close.
Our harvest awaits. Our harvest awaits.
Hey, I figure, when in doubt, stick with the classics.
Well, that was a close one. But you put it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone knows what to do? Yup, deep engineering is to the north.
I'll go with Beck. In case she needs some muscle.
I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. That's odd. It's not even any cups for the water. Fuck.
Solomon
Solomon?
stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? It's a long story.
A veneer
Are you
of
okay?
confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I'm most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Dang, okay. You should stick with me. We've got a plan.
No! No!
We? Yeah, Rollo and Beck are headed to deep engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't just leave yet.
But they'll catch us again.
We've got to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why were you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder.
Luca
Just
happened
down
to
this
notice
way.
a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. I don't fucking trust. So it is. pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it.
Luca tried
Truly
the handle.
fortunate.
Solomon leaned
Locked.
forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems like it to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly
Luca
defeat a
smiled
lock like
and
that.
looked at his watch.
Just wait a minute. Let's just wait a minute.
I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to.
She mimed
But I like
a
it.
quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy. Good afternoon.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that?
It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
You don't even know what you're doing, Luca.
Luca switched
You don't even
on
know what
his
you're doing.
walkie-talkie.
Rello, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel.
Great timing. We're stuck at locked door numbered 24601. I need you to get us through.
What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friends, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The
Bruh.
screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
How did you just guess that?
Oh, it's an absurd password Rello heard before he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the founder uses such a basic password.
Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple.
Guess these villain types are always ending up outsmarting
Solomon's
themselves.
jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as
Luca
impressive
quickly
as your
scanned
luck.
the columns for number 24601.
Rello, I think this should do it.
Bingo, bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What is that slippery loud even doing in here?
We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get her out.
I see. Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked
Once again,
13806.
Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. Crap, we've got company. Luca, let's go faster.
One sec, I can't
He
think with
quickly
all this
skimmed the
noise.
screen with his finger.
Here it is. 13806. Go! Go, go, go!
Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Fuck you. I know who you are.
Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help.
No, he fucking wasn't. Oh, the fucking. Don't you dare fucking stop. Oh man, no water cups.
Rollo! Rollo, are you okay? Rollo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the
With
alarms. They're trapped.
self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run.
Rollo, where are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-rousers are coming with us. Nope. Ouch. Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there. After them. Okay, she's not a little shit. She's taller than you. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fix have them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened.
Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rollo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them?
How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now.
Mom!
Oh, honey, what did you do with your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the young chemist lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. I need you to get out of here, Mom. We? Who is your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew. No,
Nellie leaned
that's not
over
possible.
to examine his teeth.
Substantial I can't use big words. Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars, consistent with temporous liquoramine exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being used to test it on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on at this place? I was brought here only to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical, a compound that was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they call the Source. They named it Tempest Liquamine. It pulls energy from the surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest Liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time, but it led to complications. The foul harvest! Perennial harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest Liquamine is rebellious. Rebellious? You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile even by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists. Yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott, harnessing Tempest to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right? You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the puzzle problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Meh, those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. Sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had killed him. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. That's why we gotta get you out of here. No. Wait, the vial! Finally solved the chemical equation allowing direct control of aging. Dr. Kerr picked it up before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Luca, we've got Dr. Modwell heading your way now. Roger that. Be careful. Alright, everything's on track. And what is your plan for escape? Well, we'll go over everything when we get there. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Oh no. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Inaudibly.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Wow, even his alcohol is arrogant.
Muttered under his breath.
I should just smother you right now. What was that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're no bother at all. Luca, you're at the
Luca
office
tugged on
with
each of
him.
the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked.
Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. I just checked the desk.
Looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party?
Luca
Only
held
time
his
will
hand
tell.
up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been here recently. Or maybe he's standing right in front of you. Oh, Luca. Luca, no. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I promise.
Quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it!
Locked.
That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards.
We barely got away. Did they follow you? Yes. Rallo.
Before we started tossing blame around, it is possible someone ordered... Is it possible someone ordered a pizza?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now?
Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heist business.
We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Just let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. Everyone else huddle up. Oops. I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modwolf, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child, the powerful enigmatic founder, Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town, Pernille Harvest, Valentine Fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly.
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ha! Yes! Now you've got it. Tempest Liquimine, you discovered how to reserve the process.
With genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Modwell. Very good. Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work, which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
With a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the
Before he
eighth
could
wonder
finish,
of the...
Brillo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable.
Be careful, you fool! You have no idea what you have in your hand.
Actually, we do. You just made a whole evil villain monologue thinking about it.
Tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh,
Luca
maybe
jiggled the
I'll
vial
have a
mockingly.
taste.
Seize him! Luca! Over here!
Move another
She
inch
held
and I'll
it tightly
smash it.
behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or, if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We capture you and grant you much less
He pursed his
leniency.
lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed.
Uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. But there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there is only one way to
She
end
looked
this
to Nellie
ends.
shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it!
We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry.
With
He's right.
apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed
Oh,
the
God damn
vial
it.
and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you'll have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a
The
performance
blood
review.
drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. And to think all of this was thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? Ha! I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great. But the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an
Solomon
attempt to
shook his
sabotage
head
my
with
work.
gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to
A
grant me
muffled
eternal
applause
life.
resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use the time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three, keep post outside the door. That's what he meant. Well, crap. I need to go pee. I want to finish this till I get to the end of it. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I need to go to the restroom. I am back. I tried to make quick of it. Alright, resume. Alright, let's talk with Rollo then. I can't believe Beck sold her out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rollo. You just need some time. Rollo, it's over. We lost.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
I'm sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Hey. I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just, we were so close. Got a feeling that eventually, Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Luca, there's something you need to know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of an escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer.
What sort of note?
Dr. Prescott must have sensed that his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short, so he left behind a letter with hope that it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents, Luca, I think they were meant for you.
Why? What did he say?
It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tepis liquidamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Is she?
She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover, but he no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work.
And it cost him his life.
That's a reasonable conclusion.
Overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull. Chapter 8. Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Gran, what are you doing here?
Luca, what are you doing here?
We're here to save Nellie.
We're here to save Rollo.
Hey, Mrs. Lucas, Gran. That's awfully nice of you. But I'm fine.
Oh no, what did they?
Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities
Solomon
from
pulled
here
a
on out.
glass
I
vial
said
from his
formulas.
pocket.
We've got to
In
stop
one smooth
him.
motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No!
Well, I guess that's it. We lost.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little... We'll do
I might
junk.
have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realized he drank his own cigar ash.
How did the ashes get into the vial?
It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Well, it's a bad habit anyways.
Pa always said bad habits are like 50-yard field goals.
Huh?
Hard to kick.
I guess that was just it. You can all call me Sharper
His body
Valentine.
and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Ha! He turned gray. Oh, he turned to ash.
Well, that was one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines. A new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
But there's more. I'll do the last two.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like pocket change?
Your unlucky penny! Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one was looking. What's that going to do? No idea. It's the beauty of science. Now we observe. You can all call me Sharper
His body
Valentine.
and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Ha! Ha!
Holy crap! He's a baby?
Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm my father
Eris
has caused you.
awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we...
We do what Valentines always do. What must be done.
I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father, young Sharper. That would be a great
She
help.
looked back down
Thank
at
you.
the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone. The show is over. You may leave now.
Epilogue. Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn. His mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Rallo, are you up yet?
Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gotta swing by?
Be there in a minute. I think I've gotten to the end of the game by accident. Oops.
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage. Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
I guess he knows now. Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me. I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing. But now, I really enjoy it. I heard you and Rollo have big plans for that little treehouse.
Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity one Rollo, one Luca rule. So we decided to expand. But at least we got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Ayana's shop going?
It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture up at State. Also, Nellie said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother.
Yeah, he got a heck of a growth spurt.
I don't mean grown. I don't just mean grown, literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast.
Well, some of that might be his excitement for the treehouse renovations.
Don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk.
I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you.
I know.
Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going?
Couldn't be better. I'm so grateful Iona and Ellie for letting me help. I wasn't just built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy.
Gus, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks.
Perennial
What's
harvest
next?
Collapsed. Most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new offices.
You can count on us. Well, it looks like you really found your calling.
I never really felt comfortable with telling people what to do. Now, this right here, this is something I can be proud of.
How's the napping this morning?
The most underrated part of a good nap is the view. And the view's getting greater every day.
Nice. I see you decided on a name.
Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final torch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official.
I like it.
It was Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do, and the same name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is, go slow and fix things. Amen to that.
I want to talk to everybody.
Young Mr. Van Horn.
How is little Solomon or Sharper doing?
Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I. So we do a lot of strolling these days.
Has he,
attempt to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination?
Yeah.
Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Modwell, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, this child is unmolded clay.
Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around.
That's the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. 2 activities I'm endeavoring to find less distasteful.
Well, I think you're doing a great job, and this whole town is ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him to throw a baseball.
To ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable.
What's today's news that needs knowing?
I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at State Correctional Facility. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft.
He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that had gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it.
Closing her eyes,
The end.
Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Oh, hello, Luca. How are you?
Really good, actually.
That's wonderful. Did I miss anything?
I think you're pretty much up to speed. That's cool. She basically was reading the book as we were playing the game.
Luca, do you want a biscotti? On the house.
I don't really have the time.
Zariel, you've got to come and see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Aw, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I wouldn't think you're proud of something. I would think you're proud of something. Pfft, as if. No, no. It's too late. You're now officially a person that cares. That's funny. Wow, back for seconds? If it's not too much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed, then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree.
Luca,
Can I interest you in a delicious apple?
No, thank. I'm just saying hello.
Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new creative jam?
Already?
It's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the back. Terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's favorite spy jam. Hey Luca, can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour?
Sure thing.
My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it builds character. I think he meant to say it builds calluses.
builds character.
Yeah, it builds something alright. Hey, by the way. Nothing? Okay, well, I thought I'd try. The festival thing is gone. And let's go up. You gotta see everybody. Dawn! Yawn.
I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent the draft of the story to a reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Of course they did. You're an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that. The story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals sort of writes itself, if you think about it. Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm just gonna come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of new trouble you've gotten yourself into. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over. Huh, we both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Call it a reporter's intuition. Second game.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase?
That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me, would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Excuse me, I'd love
Mrs.
to place an order.
Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends, I'll be a feather on the wind.
You going on vacation?
For the first time in years, and I've got you and your mom to thank.
Why is that?
She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone, just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait. I'll start my job now. Alright, so that's up there. Let's see, what's over here? Nungreed. That's a lot of fucking bunnies.
Over the school year, Kato and Bert had become close friends.
But did you know that? When they covered up the source, they found a new species of fungus? Yep, and they're all studying it at the new labs. Did you know that? Beacon Pines is now the smallest town in the county. Yep, close to population before perennial
Things
pines
typically went
moved
on
in.
like this for quite some time.
That's funny. My eye's getting dry. Can't believe it's over.
Yeah, the town's really starting to turn a new leaf.
The town? I was talking about Hank Atomic. I just finished the last issue.
How was it?
It's great as always. Hank finally returned to Earth. but I just feel weird now. Weird can be cool. It just means you're ready for something new. Any suggestions? You could ask Miss Hatch about what she's always reading. She seems to really enjoy it. Huh, maybe I'll do that.
Luca peeked over Piper's shoulder. Laid stealthily inside a large volume of mathematics was the first issue of Hank Atomic.
Piper, are you reading Hank Atomic? Do you mind not telling anyone? I've kind of got a reputation to uphold. Oh, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just about every kid in town reads Hank Atomic. Honestly, I'm excited for you. What I'd give to start over fresh. To experience it again for the first time. I guess it's the downside of finishing something nice. At least you can enjoy it again through you. Promise to tell me as you go? Sure thing. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I'm gonna go see my dad in a bit. Do you want to come with?
Even after everything I still
Mr.
did,
Nuncreed
you'd still...
shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Well, you're always invited. I'd bet he'd love to hear from you.
I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now.
It's a lot of fucking bunnies.
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come on, come on. No one is too big, no one is too small. For Geoff's wild ride.
Completely unused.
Just one piece of candy for the ride of your life. Who's next? Me. Guess what? Yesterday I saw Dynastis Titius. And that's good? It's great! I haven't spotted one of those in years. And at this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become bug capital of the county.
You always gotta check.
Check.
Gotta check everything, guys. You gotta check the corners.
It seems like we haven't used all of our charms. Because I've never seen smack be used. Like, we have finally at least used junk. Luca, get this. I managed to reel an actual fish this morning. Seriously? Yeah, an honest to goodness, flippin', floppin', swimmin' fish. I don't think I've ever caught an actual fish here. It's been at least 7 years since I've caught one. I'd say it's a good omen. What'd you do with the fish? Oh, I released it back into the pond. I'm hoping to catch it again tomorrow. That's good. A little higher.
Yup.
A little lower.
Yup.
Little higher.
Yup. I'm telling you, the angle ain't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle?
Hey, I'm not in charge of an antenna redesign.
Oh, fine. Icky, just don't do anything drastic until we get back.
Who, me?
Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yup. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine.
If we really want Mission Control to turn into something bigger and better, we just have to loosen our grip a bit.
You're right. Lead the way.
I literally was just over there. Oh my god. Gotta walk all the way fucking over there. Ah. I was about to go in Weeping Woods again. There they are. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in! It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Sounds like an awful lot of putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root-worthy. You're gonna be stuck with me for a foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Really? Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise.
A tree!
My mom's prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of Beacon. It should do okay in the cold of old Beacon Pines, and thrive as things warms up. That's perfect. When you're ready, take Geoff's wild ride to Beacon Pines. I already talked with everybody. Is there a thing down here? No, that's just to our house. Okay. I already talked with everybody. Unless, do I talk with them again? And they'll be like,
Oh yeah, nice tree you have.
no. Okay, that's Geoff. Are you gonna speak? No, okay. I already talked with everybody. So?
Ah, you got it. Now that's a good looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot. This ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang on tight to that little tree.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I'd begun to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending, I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. A good little tree.
The best little tree.
Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything.
Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good?
Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling?
Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. I feel like a dang cello.
Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you.
I know. You don't even have to say it.
You two make an awesome pair.
Excuse me? We're a trio now.
Yep. Thanks.
There's just one thing missing now that you're a part of our group.
Missing?
Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic.
Oh, God. I won't be long.
We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer.
You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question?
Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid that you're going to forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more. Because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Modwell says that place over the next few years, this place should warm up. So you wouldn't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There was things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go. But that didn't mean you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. Holy shit. Jeez. That was a good fucking game. Christine Mies, or Mies, great narration. Holy shit.
Stuart! Stuart!
Stuart! Holy shit. That was a good mystery game. That was really good. I wonder if there's gonna be. Yep, there are. There are. Wow. Holy shit. That's a lot of fucking A's. Holy shit. This was a really good game. Like, there's some games that I think are good, but I don't talk about them as much as I do with like Red Dead Redemption or what's another game I would like talk about a lot that I was really into. That wasn't Red Dead Redemption. I know Red Dead Redemption was one of them, I just can't think of the others. But this game was, holy shit, it really did keep you on a loop. It really said, hey, you want a really good mystery? This is what it's for. By the way, thank you for the one viewer that's on here. I thank you for staying.
I didn't know if you either just joined in or whatnot, but I'm happy to at least have like one person that has been here throughout like the dawn of time, aka the stream. It really means a lot to me that some people just stay and just watch the entire thing. So I thank you. That was just a lot to just. Whew. I was really hoping I wasn't like muted for the rest of this, so I looked up and I thought it was down. I was in horror for a second. But no, this game was really, truly wonderfully designed. Like, you'll see, like, oh, it's fading to black. 10 years later? Wow, nice kick. Sharper, did you find it? Yeah. I found... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what did he find? You know what? We'll see what Malice does.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice? The whiskey from his office? Yup. Dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Turns into a bottle of alcohol.
Ooh. Now that's what I call 80 proof whiskey.
Damn, dude.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
Alrighty, so now we've done all of them, it looks like. I'm kind of like the only thing that I'm really like iffy about is the fact that like we have so many charms, but we never got to use them. Like, I know I have smack, like junk, like I'm guessing like these are the main points, but like I don't even remember using smack once in this whole entire thing. See, junk is used once. Like, the one thing I have for this game is like they'll allow you to get more and more of these cards, but they won't like they'll allow you to get more and more of these charms, but you don't use them all. And I thought we were gonna use them all, and that's like my main point of it. Otherwise, it was genuinely a very good game. Like, the artwork is great. The idea that
instead of like starting from the beginning over and over and over again. We start from a blossom on a tree, or we start from a different blossom on a tree and work our way up with the new charms that we got. That is a really cool thing. Do I think this game deserves more recognition? Yes. Do I think there could possibly be a second game? No clue. Do I wish there for one? Yes. But if they do make a game like this one, get with the... They make it with, If they make it with the same... What was I gonna say? If they make a game... Any last minute changes? If any, like, if the publishers of this game were to make a second game, either a sequel to Beacon Pines or a genuinely new game, I would be excited for it. I'd be definitely excited for it, because this game was really well made. And I wonder if they make a sequel or just a second game, that it's going to be exactly the same as this game, but either with a bigger story to where like it connects everything. Oh, we never told Roxy that they'd be done within an hour. Oops. But this was just an amazing game to just show how people's creativities can just perform so magically and give you a mystery that some people never really think of, or they think of it but they never take it in a way that some people want it to. It's one of the great things about creative minds that put actual thought into their games, instead of making a game and then having it be mediocre at best with the story, but the gameplay is just better than the story, which I hate that for some games. I don't know a good example of that I can think of on the top of my mind, but this game is definitely on like high records, one of the best games I've ever played. It's not topping Red Dead Redemption 2, but I'm just saying it's up there. But this game was just really fun to just play, because it just kept me invested in the story. Like, I usually send out a reminder to people saying like, hey, I'm still streaming, if you want to sorry. If you want to, what was I saying? Fuck. Yeah, I usually send out a message in the middle of the stream saying like, hey, if you want, I'm still streaming, come join if you want to watch. But throughout this entire game, I don't think I ever really did it once, because it was just so fun to just get invested into a game, just to be able to get invested. And it was just really fun to just have a game to just finally, this is the first game in a while I've actually ever been invested in. And it's amazing how this small of a game can invest such a huge community into just playing a game, with its artwork, with its story, with the way the game makes you expand on its story, and how it can change storytelling mystery games for either the better or the worse. And this one was definitely for the better, because the fact that the fact that it shows you, okay, you have 3 charms you can use. How do you use them? What do you use them on the grand jury? It helps you like go through everything. And then you get to rendezvous with Roxy, and then you only have 1 charm you can use, and you're like, well, okay, I guess I can't use it. And then you get to the Warehouse of Horrors, and the only thing you can choose is change, because that's the only thing you can choose. But then you notice, like, oh, that's the end of it, so I better go back, because they gave me a new charm, shit, and it starts you off with this one, until you get the struggle, and then you get the flight or fight, or you get the malice, or you get the shame, and you can still use these charms along the way. Some like one-time use, and others like you can use to your extent. It's a really good game to just have and just to enjoy. It's a really fun game that I like put my whole heart into, and it's a game that I'll definitely talk about for like the rest of my days, because this was just really good. I'm also going to point out, as I said, the one problem I had with this game was like we had a lot of charms. Like here, let's go. Let's go, because I don't think it'll allow me to choose. We'll use change.
Might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Here. See, we have Malin Sly. We never used Incendiary. We never used Pungent. We never used Succulent, Cling, Indulgent, Smack. We used everything else on there except the ones I just said. Maybe that's for like other parts of the story that I haven't got to. I'll figure that out. But I don't know, maybe those were just random charms I got? I'm not sure. But yeah. Maybe those were like different stuff. But anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy. I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you. I hope you guys did enjoy this game. For anyone that does want to rewatch it, though, I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Stewie. It should be on my social links. You guys can go, you guys should subscribe to it and just relive some of the old times that I've had streaming. You can even go back to my Beacon Pine stream that I actually have up. And then this one shall be up in the coming week. I haven't been like doing my my scheduling, but my scheduling should be good soon. It's just a really fun game that I'm happy that I can just put onto my YouTube channel. If you want to send Twitch clips, but you don't want to like do the hassle of copying the URL and whatnot, or you wanted to send someone a clip, but it was just gone too fast too soon, Moon Madness and I share an Instagram account called MadWolf Streaming 1. It has underscores. It's also in my social linked under Insta. So check that out if you want to see any clips that both he and I have made. If you have any suggestions of games that you want to send to me, other than like telling me in the comment section of my YouTube channel saying, hey, play this game, I'm probably not going to get to it as fast. But if you at me on Twitter, I will be able to respond to you guys as fast as possible within there. My ad is Stewie in all lowercase, 200W as in the number and lowercase w. I messed up my ad. I don't know how to fix it, and I don't care at this point. But I hope you guys did have a truly fantastic time just... Who are you? Just being able to just... Sorry. Just being able to just... connect with you guys. I don't remember what I said before. I just got confused by my Twitter. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys did have a good day, and I shall talk to y'all soon. Bye!